Welcome back to Kevin's Trooper channel. Thank you guys for joining me again. I realized that it had been a while since I had given you guys just a really good review, kind of a walk around of everything I've done on the Trooper up until now, because it's pretty close to finished. I'm running out of projects, so I'm out here in the garage on Saturday morning messing around like always. And I decided that I wanted to give you guys just a good review, a good walk around of where the Trooper has gone, and I'll be cutting some pictures into the video of whenever I first got it and what it looked like, and then we can see what it looks like now and talk about some of the products that I've used and maybe put some links to those if you guys are interested. And also, that'll give me a chance to play with my new editing software. I haven't put a video out in a while because I got a new laptop. YouTube's hard to do on an iPad, so I got a new laptop and new editing software. So to give me a chance to play with my new Adobe software and learn some editing tips with that. So let's do a little walk around of the Trooper, and I'll be cutting some pictures in on what it looked like before. Come this way. Now, I pulled the Trooper up on a ramp so that you could see the lift that I put on, and I got a 2-inch lift from Classic City Overland, and I'm definitely want to put a link in the description from this guy because he was great. His name is Eric, and he doesn't have a lift like Calmini or Old Man Emu. He puts the best of each product together and then sends it to you as a package. And it came with torsion bars, new rear springs, new shocks, and all the bump stops. And the guy is the nicest guy you can imagine to work with. I mean, he answered all my questions, and so much so to the point that I was asking him tons of questions about other issues other than even what I had bought off of him. And he answered everything. He's helped me a tremendous amount, and his company's Classic City Overland, and I'll put a link down in the description. I'm super happy with the lift. Let me show it to you. And so you can see under here, I have new shocks and rear springs, which I put all in myself, and new torsion bars, heavy duty torsion bars and shocks and bump stops. Turned out great. Now if we just start up here at the front of the vehicle, I know you guys saw the Move Bumper videos where I built the Move Bumper. Factor 55 ProLink, Smittybilt 9,500 pound winch, Rigid Industries, D-Series lights. There we go. Rigid Industries D-Series lights. Now this is Monster Liner. This is the OD green with black around the bottoms. Smittybilt roof rack, bore tracks, high lift jack. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about these Patagonia tires. You know, these tires were real inexpensive, and they have been great. They're quiet on the highway, they're wearing very, very well, and they are great in the mud. As a matter of fact, I was laughing this morning. I was watching a video on the new KM2 or KM3 mud tires, and they were making a big deal, or it might have been the Toyos, but anyway, it was one of those real expensive tires, and they were making a big deal because they had a little line inside this cutout that they called it mud phobic. And I got to laughing this morning because these tires have the same thing. And these tires were like $100 and something a piece. And the other really neat thing that I've been excited about lately is whenever I bought the Trooper, they had told me that it had the engine rebuilt about 5,000 miles ago. And the guy even sent me some pictures of the build. And I glanced at them before I bought it, but honestly, I didn't know as much about mechanical work as I do now. So I looked at them and I was kind of like, yeah, okay, the engine's been rebuilt, but I never did really pay that much attention to the pictures. And after looking at the timing belt, I was thinking the timing belt had not been replaced and it was old. Well, I just went back and looked at it and it was not. It was almost brand new. I just really didn't know what I was doing enough at that time to know that. And after really looking close at some of these pictures of this engine rebuild, I think I got a brand new engine. And I was kind of curious how I would know when the engine was rebuilt. And so I was able to go in the properties on the picture and find out they were done in October of 17. So I was excited about that. And then I thought, well, what if the guy just sent me pictures of a different engine rebuild? I found a couple of them that has the Trooper, the old paint on the Trooper in the background. And I found a couple of connectors that have paint marks on them that match. So I'm pretty sure that was the same engine. So I have a brand new engine. Looks like the guy rebuilt everything in there down to, I mean, he showed the bearings and him, you know, making sure the bearing measurements were all good. I mean, I don't know that much about it, but you know, I know there's a little card that you can use. So I have almost a brand new Trooper here. Everything on it has been, you know, upgraded and replaced. The only thing I might have left down the road are maybe some bearings, you know, some wheel bearings and hubs, things like that. But man, right now I think everything is great. I'm going to start doing a little bit more long distance overlanding in it because I'm starting to trust it more and more now. So we're going to start taking some longer and longer trips, which I'll have videos of. But anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a little walk around this morning on everything that we've done and let you look at how the Trooper is turning out. Let me kind of pan around and you can see how this thing is turning out. I mean, it is coming along. Everything is looking great. Now I think the lighting is probably a little bit better on this side with the sun this morning. But yeah, guys, I really like those Patagonia tires. Now, when these tires wear out, I may eventually go with 1 inch bigger. These are 31s. I may eventually go with 1 inch bigger and maybe 1 inch smaller wheels if I'm able to fit them. So I would go with some 15-inch rims with some 32-inch tires. But honestly, I don't see the need to do that. We don't really do a lot of rock crawling and all that down here. We don't really have rocks. We basically have mud and dirt and hills. And you know, I don't ever see myself really taking this too much rock crawling. And if I decide to, I may do some sliders under the doors and a little bit bigger tires, but that's all coming in the future. Come a long ways. Thanks for tuning in for the review on where the Trooper had been and where it is now, and there are more projects to come, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you get all my future build videos. And how about a thumbs up? Thanks for joining me, guys. See you next time.